been a spectacular takeover of the Questmeans Business Studio. Atlanta United is still in with a chance of grabbing second place in the MLS Eastern Conference in their first Major League Soccer season. The team will finish with the regular season this weekend at a sold-out Mercedes-Benz Stadium. It's already gained a reputation as a fortress. The club set a league record for a match attendance, more than 70,000 for the game in with Orlando City in September. It's the fourth biggest crowd for any match in the world that weekend. Darren Eales is the president of Atlanta United, who must have certain skills of his own because he's managed to festoon the Questmeans business set. I completed a takeover, sir. First of all, the failure... let's go with the nasty bit first.
Yeah.
The failure of the United States to qualify for the World Cup. How much of a blow was that?
It was a real missed opportunity. I think, look, soccer's going from strength to strength. We've seen that with Major League Soccer and even our attendance for Atlanta United this year. And the league average is about 21,600, which puts it 7 in global world's soccer. So that's going well. But this chance every 4 years to be able to bring that fence-sitting fan into the fold is a missed opportunity. That's a real
Was
shame.
it a one-off in the sense, or is there something systemically wrong with US soccer that will need to be fixed? Was it a bad team, bad choices, bad management, or is there something, you know, that can be replaced with the coach who's gone or the manager or whatever, or does there need to be something completely radically changed?
I think there's a danger in this sort of call for radical change, because there's a danger of throwing the baby out with the bathwater. And again, I'll use my experience coming from Tottenham Hotspur in England with one of the best academies in the world. When I came to Georgia and Atlanta United, the level of talent here is amazing. We have actually 3 players playing for the under-17 US national team who won today 5-0 against Paraguay to get in the quarterfinals. So things have happened over the last 10 years that are bearing fruit now, and you can't expect it to happen instantly. So yes, do I think there's some changes that could be made, but I do think there's a danger of saying panic stations, let's change everything.
Why? I mean, your team has been remarkably successful, and I don't say that with surprise, but I say it wanting to understand why. And I don't just mean because we're a business programme on the pitch. I'm talking about the marketing, the fan reaction, the sizes. Is it because you have modelled yourself conceptually on an English team?
Not necessarily
the fan base.
Yeah, not model on an English team, but I think what we did do with our owner of Arthur Blank, who started up Home Depot, so he's been there as a startup. He knew that by hiring me 2.5 years before we kicked a ball, you only get one chance to make a first impression. So we spent a lot of time focusing on the grassroots, focusing on our avid fans, and letting them be our evangelists, let them be the people that told our story to others and brought them into the fold. And that became this sort of snowballing momentum that got us the fans that we have.
But that's classic football club circa last century in the UK, isn't it, in England?
Yeah, look, I mean...
You know, the old terraces where people would, you know, I'm going up to that terrace, come what may, whatever the weather.
You know, and I think that's what we're seeing. It's the passion of the fan base here in America, this idea that, unlike other sports, they own the game. So they're the people doing the singing and the cheering.
But you also have cheap beer, cheap hot dogs, or cheaper beer, cheaper hot dogs. You've decided to go for that as a strategy.
Yeah, look, and to be honest, it's a pretty simple process. 3 things. We want to be competitive on the pitch, we want to have the best fan engagement, and we want to be in the heart of the community. And the hot dogs and the beer, that pricing, it was all about trying to treat the fan fairly. So when we've got this lovely new stadium, we don't want to gouge them with prices like you do at the cinema when you can't believe the price you're paying for a popcorn. So that was part of the bigger philosophy that we run through the Falcons as well as Atlanta United, thinking about the fan first.
What's next for Atlanta United?
Well, look, we're trying to get it into the playoffs as high as we can. So the way it works in America is we have a playoff system, and the higher we finish, the more likely we are to play at home.
FC. It says FC. That stands for Football Club.
That's right, yep. Interesting. So when we talk to our fans, it's one of those things where they were absolutely unanimous that they wanted FC, not SC. And it depends on the fan base, but I think part of it is they're trying to sort of have that tradition of football that's around the world. And I think with Atlanta United, you see it now. We look and feel like a club that's been around for ages, even though it's our first season.
I think tonight I'm feeling in a very expansive and generous mood, and if Heinz got one, I think you, since I'm visiting Atlanta, you can have one on the bell.
Ah, thanks, Rich. Oh, no, I failed it. There we go. Second time lucky. Thank you.
Thank you. Job of responsibility. We'll have a profitable moment after the break. Can I keep this hat?
Of course you can.